Hello there, Kenobi. Right, welcome back, everybody. Return of the Nerd. Today I'll do something different. No unboxings today. I thought I would challenge myself and just have a bit of a grumble, because usually I'm quite upbeat and positive about my figures. But, you know, I do think sometimes that there are certain aspects to these figures that need, that are not good, and they need to be, you need to draw attention to them. So today I'm not really moaning, it's just basically some constructive criticism, and I've chose these 5 as like some good examples. So each one of these characters has something, like one or maybe multiple things that I really kind of dislike, and we'll just go through them one by one. So who should we start with? I think I'm going to start with this guy, the Archive Luke. So I'm going to put these guys to one side at the moment. Okay, let's start with Luke then. This is the Archive. So I appreciate that Hasbro give us the Archive line, because it gives people like myself I'm fairly new to collecting. I've been serious about it for about, I'd say 1 year now, and it often helps if you have holes and gaps in your collection. So I don't have many of the Hoth characters, so I was quite happy to pick this one up. But at the same time, like some of these older molds, like the face sculpts are like really, they're just too old. And I understand that this was probably the blue line, which is a long time ago. But I just think even with archives, you still need to update the face sculpts. This looks like an attempt at giving Luke makeup, so just put extra layers of paint on there. And I think they did the same with Princess Leia. Let's have a look here. The Boosh disguise, like the helmet off. All right. Yeah, it's like, this looks like the original face from before, but then they've just given her even more makeup, more paint. So I don't know if I really agree with that. I think if you're going to do archive, then you need to, the face needs to, I think the face is like them, especially if it's a human character, the face is the most important part of the figure, right, after all. So that's my concern with Luke. And the other thing about this figure which annoys me is his hands don't even rotate, right? So his glove, I'll give you a close-up. His glove, all right, focus. So the glove rotates like this, but the hand does not rotate, and it doesn't swivel, it does nothing at all. And that's on both hands. And it's just so annoying. And it's, this guy has to hold his lightsaber, and it's really hard to get him into different, fighting stances. Very, very difficult. I mean, yeah, just basically we just hang him upside down in the freezer, and then wait for the Wampa to come and eat him. So yeah, I've got a couple of gripes with this figure. I do like, however, that the holster strap around the leg has been painted on, and it's not actually plastic, because in some other figures I'm going to show you, that actually really it's not always a good thing. I mean, it looks cool, right, when you see the holster and it's all plastic and it's all kind of woven around his thigh, and you're like, wow, that looks cool. This is like that old Wild West gunslinger type, outfit. It's nice to have those big chunky belts, right? And then double holster as well. But sometimes when the straps come down, they can inhibit movement, and they also break really easily. So this one was quite good that they just painted this one on. I don't really mind that. So let's move on. So actually that's a good segue into my next figure that I wanted to talk about, which is, okay, where is he? Let's have a look. This guy here. So Mix is one of my favorite characters from the Mandalorian season. And I was kind of pissed off because we got the hover tank driver version of him first, when I just wanted this one. Him in his kind of mercenary bounty hunter outfit. This is how we see him in the episode The Prisoner. I really, really liked it. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weapons. He's got one mounted on his shoulder, so he can shoot round corners. I was like, when I saw the image of this, I was like, oh my god, this is going to be so fantastic. And I still like it, but you know what, all these straps on his body, they look great, but they inhibit the movement so much that he cannot swivel at the waist at all. So you've got the joint at the top there, right, at the rib cage, you've got that uppercut up there, and you've also got his waist, and none of that is, you just cannot move it at all because you will snap those braces, and that's super annoying for me. So yeah, and especially seeing as he's got so many pistols, right? So you want to get him in an action pose. I mean, he's an action figure, so I just, how do the designers, when you are like starting from scratch and you engineer a figure, how do you kind of work around that problem? Because you know from the concept art that, this guy is just covered in holsters, he's got like leather straps all over the place, but then when we actually put this into a mold and then send it to the factory, and then how we're able to manipulate him, like with his joints and everything, it just doesn't work. And so, like I was saying before, like with these down here, a bit close up, so these things here, on almost every figure that I have done a posing video that has this, I've snapped this. Both of them on the inside, they're snapped. The first one that I snapped was probably Bosk. He has that. Bosk is a good example of just an amazing figure, but his astronaut, that yellow astronaut outfit that Bosk has, and he's got those straps that come down. As soon as you twist his leg, and it just goes snap, and you're like, oh shit. So I want Hasbro to like kind of figure that out. I know it's not easy, but if you've got articulation, then it's like, what's the point in paying for it to move when it won't? Just kind of seems counterproductive. But anyway, so that's my only gripe with Bill Burr. Face sculpt and the colors and everything else is really cool, but I just kind of annoyed by this, how you can't turn him at the waist. Right, I'll move on to my next pet peeve, which is traffic cones. So what I did with the Jawa, this is Tika from Kenobi, I got so mad, I took my scalpel, okay, and I sliced the cloak all the way up the front and the side as well, on both sides, and then to my horror, found out that the leg doesn't even articulate anyway. I mean, this is okay. He can do the. It's like the knee. Look, it doesn't even bend. So it's like on this one, maybe they knew that, wow, this is just a traffic cone, so no one's gonna be able to get inside and bend the knee. So they just left it like this. That's as far as it goes. Oh my god, I can't believe when we get close up. There, that's as far as it will go. So bad, So yeah, it kind of annoyed me. And the thing with this one, the reason I liked Tika was because Tika came with some accessories, right? So she comes with like this one, and she comes with this one. So I always appreciate that, Hasbro, when we get extra stuff in the packet. And also she has the waist jacket with the bandolier across the top, and I thought, oh, that's good. I'll remove that because I can use him on, maybe I can put that on one of my other Jawas, like the Off-World Jawa or that original one we got from Star Wars. But no, it doesn't come off. You'd have to, I think I'd have to completely pull his head off. I'd have to decapitate Tika and then try and get this off, but that was annoying. Yeah, so just kind of annoyed with this figure. And also the price point for this figure. Oh my god, it was so expensive for what it is, I mean, Tika is really, really tiny. She's like half the size of, any other figure. I'm literally half the size. Look, she barely comes up to Django Fett's holster, for Christ's sake. So anyway, let's move on to Django. Now, you're probably wondering why I chose Django, because everyone thinks that this is like a perfect, almost... It is. It's a near perfect figure. I love this one. I think this is the Gaming Greats one. The second release of Django Fett, and the thing is with this one is it's like it could have been perfect if only they had like he's got his helmet is like the rangefinder doesn't move, and like I've broken a couple of these before where I've like just assumed that, well, this is like a deluxe price, this is a Gaming Greats, wow, so they like really went all out on this figure, and I've just grabbed this and I've gone like that and snapped it off. So, which doesn't make any sense, right? Because like this guy here, the Return of the Jedi Boba, this is the most recent one, isn't it? Look, he's got the rangefinder, it moves. I mean, why can't we just have like a generic bucket for like Mandalorians and Boba Fett characters that do that? I don't see why does some move and some not move? It's kind of weird. And why is this guy, why doesn't he have a removable helmet and he's got a head underneath? You know, that's kind of weird. But yeah, so that was my only gripe with this one. That I kept breaking the rangefinder. But I absolutely love this figure though, especially the fact that his jetpack, I mean, you can take Boba Fett's, you can take the flames from his jetpack, like, what was it, this version here. This is the Return of the Jedi card back. I just opened it. But he did come out in the Galaxy line. He was a deluxe. And I had to sell mine, unfortunately. He comes with a ton of accessories. He's a really good figure. And these two that can actually fit onto other backpacks, you know, which have the holes. But I found that there are some jetpacks out there. Sometimes I call them backpacks, sorry, jetpacks. There are some figures that have jetpacks and then there's no hole, which I think is pointless. And why would you do that? Like because we want these accessories to be interchangeable with other figures. I mean, I would like this missile to be removable, but it's not. It's just stuck on, and that's another thing because sometimes this gets warped and bent as well. And I think with some of the newer jetpacks, like this part actually comes off, doesn't it? I think with the new Tython. Boba Fett, I don't have him with me right now, but oh wait, yes I do. Oh, maybe I do. Okay, wait, let's have a look. All right, so this is the Tython Boba. I love this one. So again, they're using the same helmet. Yeah, good. I like that. And but doesn't this come off? I could be wrong. It doesn't. No, yes, it does. Look, it does come off. See, this one comes off. Nice. So wait. So if I try really hard, will this one come off? No, I bet I'm just gonna. No, it just doesn't. You can't feel. No, this one doesn't unscrew. Django's backpack does that. The missile does not unscrew. So it's just me being picky, but just these little inconsistencies, which I'm, you know. So that was with that, and then let's move on to the next one. The next one is the last one, actually. The next one is this guy, the Republic Trooper, Scorch. Not Scorch. Who's this one? I can't remember his name. I know Scorch has just come out, though. But these guys, I had all four of them. You know, I got Boss, and I got the green guy. Is that Fixer? I can never remember the names of these guys. And the thing that really bothers me the most about these figures is the knees, okay? So that's why I've got him. I've got him in the kneeling position. And the kneecaps are attached to the upper thigh armor, and they just, wherever that goes, they follow, like Baby Yoda. Wherever he goes, I go. And I just don't think it looks good. I'd rather have this attached to the knee. I think this is another problem that Hasbro, the designers, they need to kind of get together, put their heads together and figure this out, because the Bad Batch, like Hunter, those figures, they all had that problem on there, and people criticized it a lot, right? Yeah, and the thing with this guy is he's got such tiny feet, and he's too top heavy, and it's really hard for him to stand up. Very rarely let's let go. Whoa, it worked. And very rarely, like when I put him on my shelf with the other members of the Republic, was it Delta Squad, they usually just all fall down and then knock all my other figures down. So, and I feel like with this, when you see the shots from the computer game, they're a lot bigger than this. I think the armor should be more chunky, more like, where is he? I was kind of expecting something like Wrecker for these guys, you know, like a really big bulky torso. And yeah, this guy's massive compared to this, you know. But never mind. And that would have been so cool if all of these Republic Commandos had been made with like a Wrecker mold. Oh, that would have been almost just that would have been the bee's knees. I mean, yeah, I like his backpack and I like the paint on it and stuff, but again, this is a gaming greats, isn't it? So you expect a little bit more for your money because they're more expensive. So never mind. That's the thing that like kind of gets on my nerves about these. I don't think we'll be getting any more of these, right? Because we've got all 4 members of the team now. Scorch has just come out. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, and finally, while we're on the subject of Boba Fett, just going to sing a little song that you might remember from Sesame Street. So, one of these things is doing his own thing. Now it's time to play our game. It's time to play our game. Which one is it, children? Yeah, it's this one. So now there are so many like really good Boba Fett Django molds out there. I just feel like, why are we still using this one? Why? You know, this is awesome, absolutely awesome. Okay, so let's just keep doing that. But why on earth are we still getting this repainted? Yes, back in the day, the original Boba Fett was just an amazing figure. Okay, and I totally understand with you know, you've got to use the same mold over and over again to make it, you know, cost effective for the company. But that was like a decade ago now. It was a long time ago. So I think it's time to move on with Boba and put this one, you know, say bye-bye to it. And can we please use this new, like, brand new style Boba for, like, if you're going to do repaints or, you know, like with, what's the other one that we had? Oh, yeah, wait, hold. This guy, okay? This was another one, like the exclusive Arena Boba Fett, right? I mean, packaging looks really good from the outside. You're like, wow, cool. It's an all black Boba Fett. Okay, it's a repaint, but look how cool that is. And then when you open it, you're like, okay, but it's just the same old Boba again, isn't it? So, you know, what's so special about that? I just think if you're gonna do this, Hasbro, you should be using like a big, nice, chunky mold like this. You know, with the newer style. I think the collectors are like, I think a lot of the collectors now, even new collectors, are getting kind of sick of this mold now. They're like, come on, please stop using it. And also this window, I think, was a very bad idea for this box, because it looks really cheap. It looks like someone's just taken a pair of scissors and cut, you know, a rectangle out of the box to make a window. So that was not good either. I think that the way to go with those exclusives is just to keep them this style. You know, we've had this for a few years now. I remember, was it the Cad Bane and Todo? And this is the what's the Trapper Wolf, right? These are awesome. This is a really good way to have windowless packaging. You know, and you can have your PFP. You know, it slides open, and this looks great. The presentation, I think it looks wicked. It's brilliant. You know, haven't kept this in good condition, sorry. I'm going to open this one anyway. But this is the way to go. You know, it's like, please stop doing this. This doesn't look good. You know, you could have had Boba Arena, but in this kind of style box with the, I know you've got all these, like, you got all the art from the comic book. Like, how cool is that? That is really cool. But you could still incorporate that onto one of these boxes, surely. So I would like that very much. All right, guys, that's my video today. Lots of, I'm just being super picky. And so if you agree with any of my gripes, you can write in the comment section below. Maybe there are some other things that I missed out on that you feel need to be changed, and we can discuss them. And don't forget to subscribe. And the next video I'm going to make is going to be for the TVC fans, okay? So I'm going to do my new ATST Walker unboxing. And I've managed to pick up some Ewoks and some of the other Endor characters to go with the vehicle. So that's going to be the next one. So until next time, this is the way.